Alright, y'all. I survived my first night of family camping trip without having any alcohol. I did have slight cravings, but I brought plenty of bubbly drinks, some of my favorite Zevia sodas, and some of those Sierra Nevada hop refreshers. And yeah, it's really nice to be out camping. I'm actually driving into town right now to pick up my friend's daughter because she asked me to take care of her today while she works. And so we're gonna go out and play at the river, and then her mom's gonna come and meet us in camp tonight. So it's just so beautiful out here. I love camping. It's like so peaceful. And oh my gosh, we did some stargazing last night. We have this awesome campground that has like an opening in the trees right in the middle of it. And so we sat in the middle of this clearing and just stared up at the stars, and we could see the Milky Way, and the Big Dipper looked so big, and oh my god, it's just so beautiful. I love stargazing because it's like you're just like looking up at this giant galaxy of stars that are like so far away, and they're all like our sun, and it's so crazy. It just makes you feel like so tiny, so small, and like just puts things into perspective and makes you realize how little space we really take up in this vast infinite universe. It's like so humbling. And another thing that I notice while I'm camping is that there's no, like, it's so quiet. All you can hear is like the sounds of nature. Last night the crickets were like so beautiful. While we're stargazing, the crickets are just like chirping and chirping. And my mom just sent me a post the day before yesterday about the positive benefits of cricket sounds. It's like it calms your nervous system. It makes sense because it's like, you know, the crickets come out at night when we're, you know, getting ready to go to sleep. And so it's just so beautiful how nature is designed, and we are a part of nature. And the more we connect with nature, the better that we feel, because it's like, yeah, it calms our nervous system, you know, to be out in the wilderness and by the river and hearing the crickets. And so one of the other things I remembered when I woke up this morning is like, anytime there's a power outage, I start to enjoy the quiet, because I don't realize, you know, most of the time there's just this white noise in the background all the time, like from the sounds of the electricity. You know, at our house, our refrigerator, you know, I'm sure everybody's refrigerator does that, makes noises, and like our hot tub makes noises while it's like heating up, and there's just all these like sounds, you know, that are part of our technology that we've developed. But it's like, I mean, not to mention all of the like frequencies that we're having pumped into our bodies by all the, you know, the electromagnetic frequencies from the Wi-Fi and all that, and the 5G and shit. And anyway, it's just so, like, after a while when there's a power outage, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like so quiet. It's so nice. And so when I'm out here camping, I realize that too. It's just like something so peaceful, restful. So I'm gonna soak up some sun today by the river. And I didn't get to do my journaling this morning, so I'm trying to let that go and let it not be a bummer, and maybe I'll do it later today or something if I have some time. But it's so nice to do that right in the morning. But Alex woke up really early this morning because it's so bright in the tent in the early morning. I've gotten so used to like sleeping in the darkness of our we have some like blackout curtains in our room, and the the darkness is so good for our hormones. But anyway, he woke up really early this morning because it was so bright. I really want to get a blackout tent. They make these tents that are like super pitch black dark inside. I really want one of those. Because I've totally been camping before, like during the full moon, and it's just like so bright in the night. It seems like there's like a light on, like a floodlight or something. So I need to invest in a new, better tent. Our friend has this awesome blackout tent, and it, like, you don't have to like assemble it every time you put it up. It's just like, it like, I don't know, freaking is designed to just like pop up on its own. It's so cool. So I really want to get one of those. Anyway, just kind of doing my daily check-in here. I made a video yesterday, and I shared that, and it's about some of my neutral political views. So I took a leap there and went into sharing in an area that is a little bit scary and uncomfortable for me, because I do try to stay away from talking about political stuff, but I'm curious to see how people respond to that information, my perspective of things, and which is not just my perspective. There are definitely other people. Actually, Elizabeth April is a huge inspiration to me, and I find that a lot of most of the things that she shares, her perspectives are really in line with my thinking, and that's something that she talks about the neutrality that we should be aiming for, that allows us to get back to that place of unity and oneness. So yeah, if you watched that video, let me know how that landed for you. I'm curious to know if there's anybody else out there that feels similarly, or maybe you didn't before watching that, but maybe you're seeing things in a different way afterward. And if you're triggered by that and that is bothersome to you, what I shared, I'm also curious to know that too, because I know there are definitely people out there that are so certain that there is right and wrong, and things that are going on in the world, and and I mean, on our human level, sure, maybe that is true. There's something, of course, that is inherently, that feels wrong about killing people. I mean, but I also think on a much higher level, if you think about it in terms of God's unconditional love, or, creator, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, it's all that same universal energy of creation. But that is the energy of unconditional love. And from watching all of the near-death experience stories that I have watched at this point, God doesn't judge anybody for anything that they've ever done. When they cross over into the spirit world, they're welcomed with unconditional love, no judgment. And it's crazy to think about that, because on our human level, it feels so wrong, some of the things, so bad and so wrong, some of the things that people do. And people carry a lot of guilt and shame about things that they've done. But from the stories that I've heard, even the people who felt like so bad and wrong for things that they had done in their life, they were brought to tears of utter joy because of the feeling of unconditional love, infinite unconditional love, that they were welcomed with by God. So so I try to think about that, and it helps me move through these tumultuous times with more ease and grace. But yeah, it is challenging. I mean, we have to navigate our human emotions and our human experience. And I'm not saying that I think that people are allowed to do or should be allowed to do these things that they're doing that are so awful and atrocious. And I'm not saying that it's okay because of that, unconditional, infinite love from God. But it's just interesting to think about it from that perspective, that as much as we are going to hate somebody in this lifetime and these awful things that we feel like they've done and it's so unjust, God doesn't see it that way. We are all here on this journey of learning and growth and expansion and evolution of our soul. And I believe that on a soul level, every single individual soul is learning through all of these experiences, the good and the bad. Everything that happens is an opportunity for learning and growth, and I truly believe that. So that's what I'm going to focus on. That's what I'm here to embody in my own life and to be a role model of, and to share and to talk about, because that's what it's all about. That is like the main meaning of life, the main reason for living in this earthly dimension is it's about learning. And we're all evolving through our learnings. So big wisdom talks here. This is not my wisdom. This is just, things that I've learned that inherently feel true to me. It's the wisdom of the universe. It's things that I've tapped into and that I have accepted as true, that I believe are the truth. So take it or leave it, but that's what I got right now. So if you're still watching this, thank you for seeing me and being here with me. And also, I have a Facebook community that I have created that is for women on the spiritual healing path that I just am describing. So if you are into these things that I'm talking about, if this resonates with you and you'd like to be part of that Facebook community, let me know and I will send you the link to join. You can just send me a private message and say, hey, I want to be in your spiritual community, and I'll send you the link. And we're having I've started a monthly gathering, I guess, virtual gathering through Zoom. So it's accessible to anybody, anywhere. And it's called the Circle of Miracles. And the idea behind it is like a manifestation circle. Because I realized when I started hosting women's circles that we were creating a portal of manifestation, because when we're all sitting in circle listening to each other talk, and you're, probably a lot of the women in the circle are friends of yours, or you're getting to know people on a really deep level, so you're creating friendships, and you're sitting there just watching people share their hopes and dreams and things that they're calling in or releasing, and everyone's just beaming at you this like loving energy, and that's what creates this portal of manifestation, because it's like we're like imagine if everybody's like a mirror, right? When you stand in between, like, if it's kind of a weird feng shui thing to do, but if there's a room where there's two mirrors across from each other on the wall, and you're like standing in between them, and it looks like they're just going back and forth into each other forever, like that's kind of like what I imagine it's like. That's what's happening in a circle when we're all sitting around the circle together, like sharing these things and beaming this love back and forth. It's like that. It just creates this like infinite love manifestation portal. And so that's my intention behind this gathering, the Circle of Miracles, for sharing hopes and dreams and manifestations and aspirations, and maybe prayers too, like a prayer circle for healing, for if there's something in your life that you're healing, or somebody else's life that's in close proximity to you or something. I know a family that recently got into a really bad car accident, so that's something I'll be asking people to pray about tomorrow. So the next Circle of Miracles gathering is tomorrow, Sunday, July 20th, 2025 at 3 p.m. and I am out camping, but I'm gonna have to go into town for some cell service, and so that I can join the Zoom to do this call. So if that sounds like something you would like to participate in, the more the merrier. Actually, the more people that we have, the stronger the manifestation portal becomes. So please join us if you feel called to this offering. Let me know. Just send me a message and say, I want to come to Circle of Miracles, and I'll send you the Zoom link. And yay, I'm having so much fun learning how to talk to the camera in this way, of this personal, intimate sharing that I've been doing, and it's been really fun. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable, and people have been reaching out to me more regularly, responding to things that I'm sharing about. So that's really awesome, because that's the whole reason that I'm doing this, is to connect with people on a deeper, more intimate, vulnerable, authentic level, and really continue to attract that soul tribe, the soul community, because people that resonate with the things that I'm sharing about are part of my soul family. So I really feel that way. So if you've been resonating with my posts, you are part of my soul family, and I love you, and thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.